don't know how you pronounce it. Gouda? 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 Okay. So, to make the cheese, we have our cows outside. We milk the cows every day, and then we put all the fresh milk inside a tub like this. Once the milk is here, we have to heat it exactly at 29 degrees for around 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, we put this, rennet. Rennet is what makes the milk thick, like yogurt. And we also put this one, a bacteria. Bacteria is what gives the flavor to the cheese. It's also family secret, so I'm not allowed to tell you what it is. Okay? So we start mixing the rennet, the bacteria, and the milk using those knives. We use 3 like that one. First mix it when it's at 29 degrees. After 30 minutes of mixing, we have to increase the temperature until 36 degrees. Because when the milk is at 36 degrees, it's when it's looking like yogurt. Then we start cutting the yogurt. Cutting process will be for 1 hour. And then after 1 hour of cutting, what happens to the milk? It's this. This is the result. It's divided in 2 parts. The first part is, which is 90% of it, it's just water or whey. And the other 10% is the cheese. So we keep the cheese, and the whey we give them back to the baby cows. They drink it, they love it, they grow very, very fast with the whey. Recycling, we call it. Okay? And we keep the cheese. Also, when the cheese is at this point, is when we can mix it with different ingredients. Ingredients we put here. We put garlic, we also put pepper, and we also put mustard. You will try them all later. Okay? Then we just take the cheese out using these plastic forms. We just grab the cheese by hand, like this, put it inside here, and then we have to press it using these press machines. Have to press the cheese for 5 hours to take all the water out of the cheese. After pressing, we put the label. Label like this one, with 4 sides, means it's farm-made cheese, homemade. Labels we see in supermarkets are round. A round label means it's factory cheese. Made in factory is a big production, also for exporting. This type of label means it's farm-made cheese, only a small production, only for local sales. So all the cheese we make here in this farm, we only sell it inside this store. We don't have enough cheese to sell it in different places. Then, after that, we put the cheese in salt water. If it's 1 kilogram like this, we put it in salt water 1 day. 2 kilograms, 2 days. 3 kilograms, 3 days. 10 kilograms?
10 days.
5 days.
5 days.
No more than 5 days. Then, after salt water, we cover the cheese with wax. We put wax or paraffin around the cheese. We put it to protect the cheese. Also, when we put the wax, it starts the aging process. The cheese is getting old, like wine. And as it's getting old, it's sweating all the water out. So, in 2 months, it's going to look something like this one. This one is a young cheese, 2 months old. Soft by touching, also soft by tasting. Young cheese like this one, we say is good with bread. Sandwiches, for example. The cheese has no expiry date, so we can keep the cheese as long as we want. What happens is that as it's getting old, it's sweating all the water, and it's getting drier, harder, and smaller. Also, flavor is stronger. So this one is a 2 months old cheese. Then we have this one, mature cheese, 6 months old. And then we have this one, old cheese, 1 year old. You can see how it shrinks. The water is coming through, and it's getting dry and hard. Also, the flavor is stronger. So, young cheese, as I said, is good with bread. Mature cheese, because it's a little bit dry and a little bit the flavor is stronger, we say is good with wine. And then the old cheese, like this one, which is completely dry and really hard, we say is good for 2 things. The first one is grating, pasta, spaghetti, pizza. The second one, it's only for the ladies, if the husband is not nice. Control him the cheese. Nice weapon for the ladies. So, if we don't remove the wax, we can keep the cheese as long as we want. It depends what kind of cheese we like, the young one, mature, or old cheese. Then, to open the cheese, we just have to remove the wax. We just have to take the wax out like this, peel it like a fruit, and then it's ready to eat. This one is natural cheese, just the plain one. Okay? You are going to be my volunteer. Okay? Can you hold this, please? Eat the cheese first, so you can. Okay, we use this knife for slices like that. And then we have also this knife for grating. Any kind of pastas, pizza, macarons. It's perfect for pizzas, okay? Now everybody is going to eat out of your hand, okay? Don't worry if you don't get enough cheese now. Now this is just a bite. Later I will give cheese to everybody, okay? This is just a small bite. Are you hungry? Should I cut more? Okay, so you can offer to everybody. This type of cheese, this one is young cheese, 2-3 months old, natural flavor, just the plain one. Also, all the cheese we sell inside the store is young cheese, between 2 months and 3 months, okay? If somebody likes old cheese, what you have to do is you just have to buy a young one like this one, and then put it in the shelf for a few months, and then by itself it's going to get old, okay? You don't need to do anything. Then, to store the cheese again, what we do, the open side, we put it down like this, and we cover it with something. It's not necessary to put the cheese inside the fridge. If we put the cheese inside the fridge, the aging process will be slower. If we keep it outside like this, room temperature with something covering, aging process it's normal, it's perfect. If we in warmer countries, what's going to happen? The aging process will be faster. It's going to sweat more and it's going to get dry faster. But that doesn't mean it gets bad or it gets moldy or anything. Okay? So you can put the cheese inside the fridge, but it's not necessary. Yeah. Any questions about the cheese? No questions? I have one question for you. Anybody here from Australia or New Zealand?
Yes.
1, 2. Okay. People from Australia and New Zealand, they are not allowed to travel with food. You cannot bring food inside the country. They have certain laws about food and animals that if you try to get cheese inside, they will take it away. If you buy some cheese, be sure to finish it before going back home. Okay? For the rest of the people, you can buy cheese and you can bring it back home. Doesn't matter. It has to be closed like this. Don't open it because they probably take it away. Thank you so much. No